Well, hello there, Jamara Chooch. Quite frankly, I feel like an idiot sitting in this park doing this. But this is the last video from MackemVoyages because I'm going to be rebranding. And in this video, I'd like to take you on a journey through my childhood favourite spots and spots I've shot on the channel before. Kind of take you to the beginning, why I set up the channel, why I'm rebranding, and what the future might look like. When I was a bairn and a teen, I was always on the go, exploring and adventuring wherever I was, being out in nature, just breathing in the air. On country walks, building woodland dens, camping, visiting points of interest, historical landmarks, natural attractions, animal sanctuaries, and museums. Even when abroad, I was never the type to be lazing by the pool, and if anything, I'd always be in it. I wanted to soak up the taverns, the restaurants, the markets, culture, and the history. I never realised until I was writing this, but it seems I've had an interest in photography since I was a bairn. Although I had toy cameras, disposable cameras on holiday, I was always trying to get my hands on the family camera. My family used to shoot home comedy skits, and this love of filmmaking continued with me into my teens with me mates. But it was only until camera phones became better that a lot of people stopped buying cameras. My interest barely survived the jump from film to digital, and now without a dedicated camera, my interest in photography just disappeared because camera phones, they left me feeling unprompted and uninspired to create anything. In my mid to late 20s, I started getting back out into nature and visiting points of interest again. I got given a Fujifilm Finepix S and immediately I just fell back into old ways. Fast forward, I'm about 30 at this point. I decided to set up a YT channel, and I would do so the following year. I had 3 goals for the channel. Firstly, I wanted to get back into filmmaking. Secondly, as an incentive to keep up outdoor activity and photography. And the third reason, I kind of felt on a mission to showcase more backyard videos to remind people you don't have to travel far for adventure, you don't need to visit the same trending locations, and also to create a style of video that give people a view of the outdoors in the event that for whatever reason you can't get out and adventure. I loved nature, I loved photography, and I loved filmmaking, but for some reason I struggled to combine adventuring and photography, and I felt like they were getting in the way of each other and the two were no longer symbiotic. So I stopped taking the camera out as much, which meant I wasn't capturing as much content as I could have been, and this highlighted the content that I did create and the ideas that I did have, yet because they didn't fit the channel, I had nowhere to showcase them, and I became fixated on the potential content that was going to waste. I felt like my creativity was being held back and constrained to this narrow niche of stylized content. I considered making another channel just to express myself. However, I decided simply that I would start trialing some of these ideas and see how I felt about adding them to the channel, which came in the form of nature sounds. And after a while of that and trialing a couple of other ideas on Instagram, I started to view things differently. As long as the content is nature related, inspired by nature, or as a form of photography, then it has a home to be showcased. So I spent months debating a rebrand and thought I'd settled on Midriatic Vestige until months later, a new identity spoke to me on multiple levels. Allowing the channel to open up to opportunities has given me bountiful creative freedom. The music I wrote during the first year will finally be where it belongs on the channel, and I can begin to publish my nature-related poetry and other writings. I love telling a good story, so I'd like to share some locations which hold magical tales of legend and myth, and being drawn to history and architecture, this is beginning to bridge me into street photography. Also, I have ideas for short films, and I feel like this can finally be the place where I share them.
Over the top, and then be like, what do you reckon?
I'd like to explore how nature can nurture our mental health and heal us, And in an effort to retain wildlife information, I might share what I learned through educational shorts. I want to branch into food and drink, as nutrition is something that I've had a long interest in, and I have some experimental ideas that also fit into this topic. I'm hoping to run some games to encourage people outdoors, which one day they may be prizes.
As always, I want to expand. Also, I want to invest in some more outdoor activities, but I'm going to continue to publish the walks and stuff, hiking, cycling and swimming. But that's the update, and yeah, refreshed dream, new horizons. So, how on a mish.
Welcome to the end of the video and the beginning of something sensational.
Dunno, it's missing something. I just